You're tuned in into Power Moves with Amaya, the podcast where bold ideas, real stories, and unstoppable entrepreneurs take center stage. I'm your host, Amaya Eden, and we're here to drop gems, spark action, and help you make your next move your best one. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're back again with another episode with Power Moves with Amaya, and today I have Heather Avila. She's such an amazing entrepreneur, and it's been an honor to see your growth over the past few years with your company Live Electric. So we're just going to start off with giving an introduction of yourself to the listeners and telling them who you are.
Oh, thank you, Amaya, and thank you for having me as your guest. I'm super excited. Congratulations on Power Moves. You definitely, that's what you do. You do Power Moves. So you introduced me, Heather Avila, Live Electric President and CEO, Las Vegas native, entrepreneur, and a woman in the construction industry.
A woman in the construction industry. Y'all know that's a male-dominant industry. So, what made you decide, okay, I'm going to start my own electric business? Let me get into this industry.
Well, I joke that I was born under a desk. I was raised by strong female entrepreneurs, successful women in business, and I was fortunate to be brought up in the family business. And, after 20 years in the family business, it was time that we were going to sell that business. And I wanted to start something of my own, something that I knew would have a good future, was sustainable, not a fad, and something that I could build up and pass on to my children if they so chose, just like my grandmother did for my mom and my aunt and for me. And what's more dependable, what's more sustainable than power, right? We all need electricity. Lights are bright. And in this day and age, it's just more and more of a need. And what makes it a no-brainer is my husband's an electrician. So I have everything on the business side. He's got everything on the trade side. And together we are quite the dynamic duo.
Did you go to school for construction or?
I did not. I went to school for broadcast journalism.
Wow.
I wanted to do what you're doing right now. But, life will take you in a completely different path. So while I am not a newscaster on NPR today, I do find myself in the construction industry. But I believe that whatever you go to school in, whatever you are brought up in, you can find the principles that you need to guide you to success. So while my education didn't specify that, I can write and I can speak. So there we go.
So it was more like you seeing what was the need for the target audience at the time. So you was like, oh, power is needed. So that's what your direction was.
That's what got me there. Coming up with, if I know that the family business is going to sell, I know I don't want to work for somebody else. I know that I've got what it takes. I know how to run, start, and grow a business. So what industry do I want to go into? Definitely not restaurant, definitely not, retail. With my husband being an electrician, construction industry in this valley, in our economy, and what we do, this is not a fad. It's not going away. The demand is not going away. It's the right market for it. And there aren't women-owned businesses. So there's a niche and also a demand. So this seems like the right way to go. And so far, so good.
You brought that idea to him, or was he just working and just coming home, whatever? Or were you like, oh, let's start a business today or something?
Well, definitely wasn't from my drive. My husband being a union electrician, sometimes work is busy, sometimes it's slow.
Yeah.
And after 2008, things slowed down a lot. And, work was spotty. And he was like, I am done waiting for somebody else to do the hustle for me to work. I want to do the hustle. You know business. I know the trade. Let's do this. And for years, I told him, you have no idea what that entails. It is so much work. It is so much work. But once we came to the point with the family business that we're like, you know what, it's going to be time to sell. The writing's on the wall. We have a great opportunity. The timing is right. If we're going to sell this business within the next 5 years, I need to start plan B. I got somebody who wants to do it. There's an opportunity. And so we started Live Electric in 2014, but we sold the family business, which was Weight Watchers, in 2019. So the timing was just right. Live Electric went from being plan B to plan A. And I was able to take all that learning and knowledge that I had for the 20 plus years with Weight Watchers and apply all of that business know-how to Live Electric.
Wow. So you used, like 3 years to plan Live Electric and then launching?
So we started small. And my husband, Carlos, he quit his job. And, it's like, okay, we'll start growing. He had to learn how to bid. He had to learn how to estimate. He had to learn a side that he had never touched before. Being an electrician, he's a very expert, skilled, highly trained. He knows what he's doing with his tools. But bring him into an office, and it was starting from scratch, right? Yeah. He's like, I don't know how to work a computer. Nonetheless, write a bid.
Right.
So there was a big learning curve. So we had time for that on-ramp for him to learn the admin side of the construction business. And so we grew slowly. I say that we're of the slow growth model.
And you had to learn a lot too, right? Because you were not going to school for that. You went to this industry. So what were the resources and classes and things that helped you get to where you are now?
It's a great question, right? The foundation of business, right? You have finance, you have training, whatever that may be for your business, so human resources, learning development, supply chain, you have risk, contracts, insurance. So that's across any business, that's the foundation you have. But coming into construction, there was a big gap between the industry of commercial weight loss and construction. They could not be more different. So I had to learn a lot. I took every class I could possibly find. I still do.
Yeah.
And really learn as much as I can about the differences of construction business. And I took classes with Clark County, the Small Business Opportunity Program. The SBA has emerging leaders. I participated in a Turner Construction Management program. I've participated in so many classes with the Nevada Contractors Association. The list goes on, but the big point is I'm constantly seeking out educational opportunities to learn more and do better for both my business, me as a professional, and for my team.
And you're still doing that now?
I'm in a class right now.
Yes.
The UNLV Lee School of Business, in partnership with Cox Communications, has a Small Business Leadership Academy. This is 2.0. I took the 1.0 back in 2018, and here it is, 2025. I'm taking the 2.0 class and learning how to be a better, stronger entrepreneur. So always learning, always in something.
Yes, you're always learning. Like when you said all those classes and things like that, we've seen you everywhere. So like just express to the listeners how important it is to always keep up with what's going on, especially in your industry and just for your business too. Like how important it is to invest in your business on that aspect.
They say it all the time. Make sure you are working on your business, not just in your business. And as a small business owner, that's hard, right? We have all these tasks and duties, as sometimes we're the only one to do them, but as we grow, we delegate. It's so important to take that time. You have to make the time. You will never find the time. You have to make that time to invest in yourself and your education so that you can grow and do better for your business. Because a wise man knows he knows nothing. There's always a lot more to learn. And there's always going to be an opportunity to better your education and better your business. You just have to be willing to invest the time.
And how were you able to find those different resources? Because a lot of people's like, I don't know where to go. I don't know who to connect with. I don't know where to start. So what would you suggest to start to get in that, just get your foot in the door?
Well, besides being connected with Some New, because Some New makes sure that I am connected to everything in this valley, regardless of in which way it will impact my industry and my business or me personally. Some New makes sure that I am aware, plugged in, connected, and in the right spaces and places at the right time. But I'm also, I follow the Nevada Department of Business and Industry. They have an incredible calendar that covers everything in business and industry. I'm connected with Nevada Contractors Association, the SBA, SBDC, and I'm on a lot of newsletters. David Eclipse from the airport. If you are on David Eclipse's email string, there is nothing in town that you will miss. So reaching out with our organizations in our state, in our city, in our county, and just getting on those mailing lists and show up. If you show up, you'll learn more and find more opportunities to connect.
I wanted to go into still like on the investment side. So you said you go to classes, you meet with people. How did you determine that marketing was an investment for you? Because I know a lot of people is like, try to skip that part. But how did that like shift your business into what it is today?
Well, I'd have to say that's part of my upbringing in business is we had our own in-house advertising agency, and I learned that. My mom taught it to me when I was going to college. When I was doing broadcast journalism, I worked in the radio industry, and then for the family business, I was learning how to buy media, write ads, write press releases, and advertise. But I also learned the importance of having a brand identity, making sure that you're speaking to your demographic in the right places to make the largest impact. And the true cost is when you don't advertise and market and brand appropriately, because your business will suffer.
Right.
There's no way that you can grow and develop a business without that investment. And when you're looking at budget and what you're going to pull back, if you pull back on that, you will stifle your own growth. And learning that early on in business and having the opportunity to be part of that for the family business and being able to understand the psychology of writing ads and advertisement and public relations taught me the value.
Yeah.
So now that chapter of my life is behind me, all that learning stays with me. I understand the value. I understand the impact. And it's the more you invest, the more you will get, as long as you're doing it appropriately for your business, for your industry. You know your demographic. You know who your target audience is, who you want your customers to be, and you're speaking to them at the appropriate places and with the appropriate voice.
Yeah. So with Weight Watcher, with that family business, what are like some of the things that you took from being in that business into your business today, Live Electric?
I'd say the biggest one is confidence as a woman in business. Because yes, it is a male-dominated field, and it's a big boys club. It truly is. And to have I'm not as young as I used to be, but to be a young woman in the construction industry, you're constantly having to prove yourself. I am constantly having to prove myself. And without knowing my own capabilities, I think it would be really intimidating. And to be in a room full of men who are looking at me, doubting my abilities, doubting my knowledge, doubting my experience, and why I'm there, and who am I there to be a secretary for. I think that would push me to the wall. But what I have is confidence and knowing what I'm able to do, knowing what I'm able to accomplish. And I think that's also my my secret weapon.
Yep.
Doubt me, watch me.
Right. I love that, because I was also going to lead right into like, what are the challenges? You mentioned just it's already a male dominant industry. Like, what other challenges that you had to overcome to be successful today?
In the construction industry in particular, it's all about cash. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. You have to, every project that we do, we have to be able to fund ourselves. You know, they talk about big projects in Vegas, big projects anywhere. Who's going to fund it? What investment? What bank? Who's going to fund this project? No, I'll tell you who's going to fund the project. It's the subcontractors.
Yep.
We foot the bill. We front all the dollars and we hold the purse.
Mm-hmm.
We put out the money first and we get paid last.
Yep.
So having access to capital, having the cash to be able to go from small jobs, you know, $5,000 jobs, because we started with just our retirement. We cashed in the retirement, put our own money in, and you can only do so much with that. So growing the business incrementally, like I said, slow growth model. Don't get too big for your britches. Only build what you can afford to build and not lose your butt. But that's been the hardest part about growth, is being able to have the cash and grow the business to build bigger projects. And, you know, we've gone from just doing these small panel upgrades for like, it felt like a $5,000 job. It was like, oh my gosh, we finally made it.
Right.
And now here we are building multi-million-dollar projects on, you know, very noteworthy project sites. So it's been difficult. It's been challenging to find the banks and the lenders who would be willing to invest in this risky industry of construction. And who's this lady in this industry? Same story. Always proving myself, proving my credentials, proving my capabilities to lenders, to bankers, to general contractors, to my peers, that I am worth it. I can do this. Believe in me. It's really hard with lenders, but we've been able to, based on our past performance and what we have accomplished.
What keeps you like moving? Because any other person, if they're going through all that you just said, I'm pretty sure it's way more. You were just touching the surface. You didn't even get down to like, you know, the nitty gritty stuff. What makes you keep going and keep pushing through that?
Honestly, genuinely, and I know I'm in the right company to say this, God put a light in me.
Yes.
And it's what drives me, because why I do this, it's not just to put dinner on my table. Everybody who works for me, I want to make sure that they can put dinner on the table. They can pay their rent. They can pay their mortgage. They can buy their children presents at the holidays. They can send their children to college. And I want them to prosper and grow as I do for my children. I want for them. And I have to keep going so that I can provide for them and provide for my family. And I think I have been successful because of God.
Yes.
And it's a blessing and it keeps me going. And I'm a very faithful woman. And that drive comes from somewhere far greater than me. It's just, I know I'm doing the right thing for the right reasons. And that's how I've been able to find my success.
What do you think sets you apart from other electrical companies?
You know, we all do pipe and wire. It's
Right.
all pipe and wire. We bring light. You can flick the light switch. You know, the power is dependable. So we all do the same thing. But our approach is different, right? Our culture is different. Working with our team is different, both administratively and in the field. We do safe work. We do quality work. And we really, of course, on time, on budget. We're exceeding customer expectations, but we have great relationships with those that we build for, work for, and care for. And that dedication to a culture of care, both within our industry and our customers, clients, and community, make us, I think, and what I've been told, great to work with. So it's a lot easier to work with a contractor because, trust me, this space is full of challenges and frustrations and angry men. So I think I bring a breath of fresh air, and I'm great to work with. My team is great to work with.
Yes, because I sat on one of your training days. It was earlier this year in March.
Yes.
And you did like a presentation to your staff. Which you got, how many staff members you have?
We've got about 40 right now.
40. And you started off with just you and your husband,
Just
right?
me and Carlos.
See, that's amazing. But when you did that presentation, it's just you were presenting to your staff like you was just doing like a presentation to.
I think it was a coach approach this year.
Yes, it was a coach approach. You did it like with care, like any other person that you were presenting your business to. And I felt that culture that you were talking about that you brought to your staff and your company. And it was just really nice to experience and see that like you really care about your business and you care about the people that help you, your employees. You treat them like family. So I love that.
Thank you for that.
That's a great.
And I thank my grandmother, my mom, and my aunt, for that, because that's what they taught me. That's what they showed me. And, the nice thing about Weight Watchers was it was truly people helping people. We were there to help each other grow and achieve our goals and to do better, and feel supported. And that's what I know. And just like insurance and contracts are applicable, that's universal. And people helping people and helping each other grow and supporting each other. But in this space, it's foreign. In this space, it's like, who is this chick? But in this space, when you provide it and you show them, they're so receptive, so grateful, and they grow right along with you. We all grow together. So thank you. I'm so glad you got to be there too. That was really fun.
And you were also sharing that some of your employees you're investing in your employees too by even having those training sessions. And I think some of them got more certifications, right? You mentioned?
Yeah, they all got a fire stopping cert that day. And the previous year we were doing fall protection. But obviously safety training's safety first. We got to give them the knowledge to keep them and each other safe. But if we're going to come together for safety, I'm going to bring something special. I'm going to bring something leadership, something personal empowerment to help build them up, because it's not just about, work. We have to feed all of us, every part of us, to really help each other do better and be better.
Yes, and I see that. Even just working with you, I do her social media too. I help her with that, and she even highlights the anniversary dates of her employees and their birthdays and have like little parties for them. So that little touch like does a lot when it comes to building a business like this, to make sure like your employees are feeling special. Just little stuff like that. It's just, most people don't even do that, or companies don't even do that.
See, but that's hard to believe, because we're humans. We're humans. We're people. We're not robots, we're not numbers. And if we share space, we share the majority of our lives with the people that we work with. Why shouldn't we be celebrating the things in life to celebrate together? It's such a joy to watch each other be successful, to mature in our lives and our careers as parents together. So take every opportunity to celebrate. Don't wait. Celebrate.
Yes. All right. We're going to wrap up here. So the last question I have for you is like, what is one power move that you want to leave with the listeners, to anybody that's wanting to start their journey in the electrical and construction field?
Get connected to the resources in the community that serve your business. Have a good game plan. Find your educational opportunities and surround yourself with the best people in the industry, because they will want to see you succeed. And if that's not who's in the room, get those people in the room, and you will be successful. And I will say, connect with some new, and of course, yes, you will be successful.
Where can the listeners follow you?
On LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, and Live Electric is on LinkedIn, so you can see the fun things that we do and the employees that we celebrate.
Yes. Also, can you give them your website too?
liveelectric.vegas.
All right, y'all. Y'all better connect with her. And that's all we have for today.
Thank you so much for having me, Amaya.
Yes, thank you for joining.
That's a wrap on this episode of Power Moves with Amaya. I hope you're leaving inspired and ready to make your next move your best move. Don't forget to follow us at Some New Solution Zone on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn for more gems, updates, and behind the scenes. And if you like what you heard, go ahead and subscribe, share, and leave a review. We love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay bold, stay focused, and always stay in the zone.